When did you start the podcast? End of it?
Man, this is like episode I don't know, 275.
Wow.
Or something like that.
So a few years.
Yeah. I mean, we finally got to where we were pretty steady once a week.
And then now here lately, because I have so many editors, we've been doing 3 a week.
Wow.
So, yeah, it just, when it rains, it pours. Like, I'm constantly reaching out to people. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, like we recorded 7 podcasts in 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
So, whenever, I like to talk to people I'm interested in.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and so, no offense. Is that better? You like it? No, I like to talk to people I'm interested in. So that is kind of how we got started with the Texas Cowpuncher series within the Rodeo Time podcast that we do. And that's like, just that. Most of them don't have social media or anything.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's how you know that they're the real deal, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And, but wait, I have social media. What are you trying to say? But no.
Well, I do too, so.
So yeah, that's what I don't know. Musicians, like, it's people I like to listen to.
Yeah.
It's, and then I'm interested in, military guys. And so that's kind of the 3: rodeo cowboys, ranching cowboys, musicians, and then occasionally a military guy.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I just basically reach out. But yeah, we're at the point where we're doing 3 a week. I'd like to keep that up,
great.
but I think this fall it may slow down to 2 a week as people get a little more busy with.
How do you choose? Because eventually you're going to run out of people to get on here, right? Or do you go beyond the Western world to get people on here?
If I'm interested in
Yeah,
them,
gotcha.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Here lately, one of those 3 a week has been like a solo podcast where
gotcha.
I'll
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
questions or I'll talk about some recent things because like today, I know we're starting this with you asking me questions, but we're going to mainly talk about you, and so occasionally it's fun to talk about the people like to hear like what's
totally.
going on here. And
Totally.
So anyhow, but I don't feel like we'll run out of people
Yeah.
that I'm interested in. I mean, and by the time I go through, however, maybe you and I cross paths again in Vegas, and like a lot's happened since we, we'll do another one with you.
Totally.
Like I've done repeat guests before, and it's for people to be interested. We have to be interesting, and so I have interesting people on my pod. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah.
And you're one of those people. Like you've got your own sound, you've got your own look, and you are just committed to the game.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You got your head down and you're just moving forward.
Yep.
Dang, went on tour with Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Did a song with on your recent album with Laney.
Yep.
That's a huge collab.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
20 songs on
20
Eagle
songs
Feather.
on the album. Yep.
Wow.
Man, I just love making music. Like, I don't really think about how many tunes. I just was like, I have 20 that I love. I'm going to release them,
Yeah.
And we live in a day and age now where like you can't put out enough music. So it's a great time for a guy like me that just loves to be in the studio making music. And, there's tunes that if you don't put them out, then who's going to hear them? Nobody.
Yeah.
So like, man, you might as well throw it out there and see what happens,
Is there a tendency, or I guess maybe a temptation to just release a single twice a month?
Totally. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Especially, there's a lot of younger artists out there that are putting out music, once every 3 weeks, which is great, man. The last chapter of my life was really album oriented. So that's why we put out this album, because I really wanted to make a full cohesive album. Because I'm still kind of old school, man. I love the Beatles. They're my top band of all time. They made albums, and I feel like all of the artists that have the most longevity and influence are artists that make albums. So that was really the goal with this last one. But moving on to this next chapter, man, who knows? I'll probably just be dropping a lot of music pretty constantly, you know?
Yeah. So you feel like you might switch to that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just because I got, dropping a 20 tune album that really feels like you have to start at track 1 and end on track 20. That's just a whole other way to digest music than just dropping the one-offs. So I think that I'll probably go that way. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to be creating albums, just because that's who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the internet has really just shook up the industry in the last 10 years, 15, 20
A
years.
lot, yes.
Where it's like there may not be, there's not necessarily a way you have to do it.
No.
Especially, I'm sure it just, the labels, it really just like blows their mind that like somebody can just go straight to the mob, straight to the audience.
100%.
And then the audience decides, we like this guy.
Yes.
Like, what's his, Richmond, north of Richmond.
Oliver Anthony.
Yeah, Oliver
Yep.
Anthony.
He just cut out the
Recorded it
middleman
on
and just went straight there.
Samsung and
Yeah, wow.
on a Samsung phone out in the woods, which I don't know. There's just so many ways to skin a cat. I guess for us in YouTube, like that's kind of there's a similar conversation, on a smaller scale, obviously, but we put out, a vlog every week, a podcast every week, or do we put more effort into one a month, And so right now, I love the game. I love having these conversations.
Yeah.
I love, going and bucking horses and ranching and then vlogging that. And so right now, we've been doing that so much. I've been home all summer, and we're doing 3 podcasts a week and 2 vlogs a week. So 5 days a week on my YouTube, there's a video going out. And then Saturday, Sunday, we'll just do a short. So every day we're posting on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, but I say that to say that the argument could be made like that if you just do 1 video per week, maybe your audience anticipates it more. And so it's a 2-edged sword, and I don't know which side of the sword to use.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think that you have to do each of them and see how your audience reacts, right?
Yeah.
Because there's the argument where you drop a full album and then what? My audience has that for a week and they're like, hey, we need more music. It's like,
right, yeah.
I just dropped a 20-song album. It's an hour and a half.
Right.
Like, you want me to make more now? So it's like, man, I feel like you got to just do, it's that trying to please your audience, but also doing what feels right by you. Because if you're not inspired to make the art, then it's not going to be good art,
So I guess one of the things that would come into play is like, for me and for you, but it's just the innovation and the authenticity. So for me right now, I feel like we're able to put out content every week that I want to be doing. I'm not forcing anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I enjoy everything we're doing. And so I guess it would be for you guys, like if you do get to the point where you're having to like force a song.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a temptation to do that. I don't feel like you have
No.
done that.
No. I always try and take my time with my music, man. I produce a lot of my music, which means that oftentimes I'm the one that's spending the majority of the time creating that music, other than hiring a producer or a team that really carries the majority of that load. So for me, I have to really love it, man. And that's how, that's just how I've always made music. I've been the one that has been behind the wheel. So
When you say behind the wheel, you mean like the songwriting?
And then going into the studio and actually playing on my own records, engineering my own records, being on the computer, working on those recordings, hiring other players, and being the one in the room that's like, hey, play this or try this or try this. Putting in those hours, man. And it's kind of like your guys, man. Like your guys, that they probably spend hours and hours editing.
Oh, for sure.
And that's not a fun job. And that's not a fun job in music either. So there's times where I'll hire that out because that's not very inspiring.
It's I don't know. I don't want to speak for these guys. I've done that part of the job.
Yeah, totally same.
It can get mundane.
Yeah.
But you know, it is pretty refreshing when you can get out, and I like to have whoever shoots the video edit it.
Yeah, totally.
But there's an art aspect to the editing, and I mean, kind of like, you know, if you're building a house, like drywall can get pretty, but when you finish a project,
man, you feel
it does feel like, man, I completed something with my hands.
Rewarding.
So yeah, it's rewarding, and I think there's an aspect to that to editing.
Absolutely.
Especially when, all right, I got this project done. Now let's go out and shoot something else.
Yeah.
You know, and so there is a rinse and repeat there. But yeah, just like most jobs, there's aspects of it that can get mundane, like I'm sure music, but the aspect of your job that, you know, kind of is the fly, you know, not fly on the wall, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Is the travel and the playing. How do you feel about that side
I love
of the
it,
job?
man. Man, I love it. I chose to be an artist because it's the only job in the music world that you get to write your own music, record your own music, and then go out and perform your own music. Other than that, man, you're probably going to be doing only one of those avenues, you know?
Right.
So man, I love to do all of that. I love to see the evolution of being in a room, writing a song, and then 2, 3, 5 years later, you're on stage, a few thousand people out there, and they know the words back. I mean, just the journey from there being just no product, no space, just out of the air and your brain, and then it being a reality, man, that's just
there's some
so
I see
cool.
what you're saying. Like, before I put this thought to paper, you know,
it was nothing.
It was nothing. And then I thought it up, I put it on paper, we cut it, I played it, and now it's literally a part of people's lives.
Yes. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And as an artist, that's like the ultimate, man. That's what keeps me going and being like, man, I have to wake up early to get on this plane, to hop on a bus, to go to a green room that's not very nice, to eat not good food. But the end of that, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's being on stage in front of people that paid to go there. Like, man, I would never pay to go to a concert, just to be honest with you. But that's probably years and years of me being at concerts, you know.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's just like us going to rodeos.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, you probably you wouldn't pay to go to a rodeo, right?
Well, not at this point, like having done that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
And you'd probably just call if you wanted to say, hey, can I come to this rodeo? And they'd say, yeah. But man, I just have tons of respect for the fans, man, because they also have to work very, very hard to be at those concerts, man. They spend their hard-earned money. They have to have people watch the kids. They got to drive. They got to find hotel rooms. They got to go to work the next day. Like, man, that is a process that takes so much energy that I don't know if I have that energy to go and not have the reward. But theirs is the reward of being at a concert.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it works out for both of us.
What, I mean, I remember introducing you in Vegas at the Mirage. That was
22 or 21.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been before 2020.
Maybe it was.
I want to say it was before 2020, but
Yeah, maybe it was. Golly.
I mean, it was either 19 or it would either had to been 19 or 21 because
Yes.
it was in Vegas, obviously. But regardless, yeah, that was. Our camp was a big fan of your music, and I think how long had Horses Are Faster been out when that came along?
Man, I dropped that for the first time. I want to say 2013 on YouTube because you know, I was still living in Wyoming. Didn't know how to upload my music on Spotify and stuff like that. So it was just straight to YouTube. And I think that it's still out there, and it has the artwork name on it, like or the photographer's name on the artwork.
Oh, dang.
Because it was an 18-year-old Ian just uploading a picture onto YouTube.
Yeah.
So 2013, I recorded that in my dad's home studio, probably half of this room. Just me and him, man. And that's really where my love of producing my own music came about. And I knew that people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, if I can produce my own music, people will hear more of me on my records instead of hiring out a band that plays on everything that you hear. It starts to kind of sound the same.
For sure.
You know? So that's always been important. But, you know, 2013, that's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's when it first dropped. But it started to kind of grow legs.
What time of year?
That was spring of 2013.
My first YouTube video was July 1st, 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
Year of the long haired.
Right. That's when the long hairs showed up.
You probably didn't have long hair back then, did you?
Oh,
I didn't.
yeah.
You did? Have
Yeah.
you always had long hair?
You didn't see the first video? Yeah.
Can we roll that real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Spin it for him, Donnie. And we're back. Dang, so you had long hair since then?
No, man. I did not. I started growing my hair out end of 2015.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So what did that song do for you being only on YouTube back then?
Man, I went to college in Nashville right after I dropped that. So I kind of just forgot about it and started to play in other people's bands because my dad told me, and he's a great player, he told me, Ian, if you're going to move to Nashville, there's going to be a lot of talented people there. But if you learn how to play the bass and sing harmonies at the same time, you will always be able to put food on the table. For myself anyway. Maybe not for my wife and my kids, but so that's what I did, man. So I played in other people's bands for a few years in Nashville. And then one day I got a call from a girl that I went to college with. Her name is Caroline, then Rudolph, now Munsick. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, which I did. But she was hanging out at Tin Roof which is a popular bar in Nashville. And she was hanging out with Travis Tritt's kid, who has a name. His name is Tristan Tritt, and he's the man.
Sweetheart.
More rockin'. Yes. Yeah, dude. Just the man.
Yeah, Tristan's the man.
He is. And they were hanging out, and he said, hey, like, I know that you're trying to get into the management game. You got to hear this song. And she's like, wait a second. I know that kid. I went to college with him. So she calls me, and I was like, hey, this is very random, but you need to come down here and hang out with me and Travis Tritt's family. So I went down there. We all hit it off well, and that's kind of how Caroline and I's relationship started. But that's also really how my career started too, was because she believed in me, and she just very brilliant in terms of branding and making sure that people knew who I was and how special I was. And she's still my biggest fan, and would not be here without her. But that's right around the time where I would look on YouTube and be like, oh, this has 1 million views. Sweet. And then I'd look a couple months later, so, oh, this has 2 million views.
So it's got substantial views still.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many views it has on YouTube. I haven't checked in a while, but it's got to be few million.
Did you set it up to monetize it?
That's a good question. I did. Yes, I did.
That's good.
A few years ago.
Yeah. A little bit after the fact.
Yeah, probably a lot after the fact. Wyoming and technology don't always go hand in hand. We're a few years slow.
So like you're out playing. Oh, I found it. Yeah, 2.7 million views 12 years ago. Yeah.
2.7, that seems a little bit low. Come on.
That's a lot of views. And then your other one from 6 years ago has 1.1 million.
Okay.
But that's on YouTube. I mean, there's
Is
no
it
telling.
the one that has the picture of me and my brothers in the field with the
That's the one with 2.7.
photographer's name in the bottom?
Yeah. And then, this other one is...
That's probably like the album version of it.
Right, looks like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's awesome, though. That's a lot. I'm sure the streams are crazy because you're close to like 1 billion streams.
Yeah, man. I think that we hit that a few weeks ago.
You did hit it already.
Yeah, because my first EP with that on it, that wasn't included in my total streams with Warner, my label, because I still own that EP, so that's an independent one. So if you include that, I'm sure that we're well over that now.
So you got 1 billion streams without Horses Are Faster.
Yes.
Dang. When I saw 1 billion on there, I just kind of assumed like, oh yeah, I could see that for sure, especially considering how wild Horses Are Faster took off. But dang, that's bananas.
Dude, I love that I know that you're an OG because that's the tune that like you talk about. Because there's 9 times out of 10 I'll be on these and then say, Long Live Cowgirls.
Yeah.
Long haul. But Horses Are Faster is like, you are a country music fan if you know that
for
song,
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that's cool.
Yeah, especially, like I said, this camp, we've always been a fan of Ian Munsick. That's what I'm saying. That's who I try to put on the podcast. It's like people I'm interested in.
RodeoTime.com is the only website that should exist because it's the greatest apparel line that has ever existed. So go there now to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a cap, a vest, whatever it is you need, go to RodeoTime.com, old son.
If you like your legs covered whenever you're riding, rodeoing, ranching, or dancing a jig at the honky tonk, I hope you'll go to rockandrolldenim.com and use code DALE for 15% off. These are the only jeans I've ever worn, and they're the only jean I'm ever going to wear. Rockandrolldenim.com, old son.
But yeah, the other thing that I found interesting about you was obviously your look, but what's cool is you've got to deal with Montana Silversmiths, where like people can like that was brilliant.
Well, you too, right?
Yeah. I've got a deal with them as well. They've got some belt buckles. You ain't no cowboy and Winnebago rodeo company, champ, whatever. But yours is with the bolos. I'm sure there's bolos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bolos.
That's brilliant.
Buckles and bracelets. Yeah.
Was that your idea or theirs?
That's my wife, man. She's
cool.
that's her. I just threw my name on there. She's like her and the Callie Adams, who I'm sure that you know. They really were the two that created everything, and then they gave me a piece of paper. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, done.
Nice.
Throw Ian Munsick on there, baby.
Yeah, that was how it worked with me too. With at the time it was Judy and
Judy's great too.
yeah. But yeah, that I was like, dang, that fits.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
What is
and
it?
just being the Wyoming Montana thing, dude. You know, like we're neighbors, and
I'm sure it's everywhere, but I know for sure Boot Barn.
Yep. They launched it. They launched it about a month ago, in store, and now it's kind of starting to spread. So
Sweet.
yeah, man.
So tell me about this tour that you're on now.
Man, right now, we've been running hard, dude. This is the crazy time of year where you're almost to the end of the crazy time with all the fairs and stuff like that. But really, man, we probably only have 15 for the rest of the year. We went pretty hard the first half of the year, and that's because my wife and I are having a little girl here in 5 weeks. So we intentionally were like, let's chill in the fall. But man, it's been amazing, man. It's been a great year. We've got to open up for some incredible artists. We've got to headline some amazing places. We got to headline Frontier Days, the daddy of them all.
The first Wyoming native.
Last month. So being from Wyoming, dude, that was always the top of the pyramid. Was, man, if I can do that, then
Yeah, right.
I can walk
super
away
neat.
and be happy. I'm not going to walk away, but that was always my goal. So
Dang.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's a big stop too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest headlining crowd that we've had, which was just awesome, man. Just, I feel like year after year, last year we played Red Rocks, and that was the biggest headlining crowd.
Sold out.
Yep. So it's just one step at a time, man. I really feel like my career has just gone like this, like it hasn't just absolutely blown up, but I'm really grateful that it has just been like this, because a lot of the times if your career goes like that, it's going to come right back down that way too. So I feel like just doing this and
Hawk Tua.
classic example.
Yeah.
What is she doing now? Is she one of your editors?
No, she's back in the podcast game, I think. But
Didn't she like scam a lot of people out of a lot of money with some crypto?
yeah, I think it was a token or something, a meme coin maybe is what it was. But it was she was on
One
a roll.
token gets you one Hawk Tua.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. But man, she was on a roll, and it just came crashing and burning. She might recover. I hope she does. Whatever, good for her. But
Man, we're all just
but
trying to get our own.
regardless, the path, the trajectory that you're talking about, it's funny though. I'm sure there's still people that come up to you and like, man, you blew up overnight.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh
and
yeah.
you're just like, well, I don't know, 12 years, kind of been at it for.
Exactly.
Doesn't feel like overnight, not to me.
Yeah. And, I grew up listening to Cody Johnson, just like I'm sure that you did, man. He was around here for a long time before he was a household name in country music. And watching him do his thing, his was the same way. It was like this. And then finally he got that hit on the radio, which really then,
Right.
but because he had those 20 years of this, he's not going anywhere anytime soon, man. He's going to have longevity. And that's the key to music and to the entertainment industry as a whole, is the longevity, man, because you can get your overnight money, you can be a flash in the pan, but where are you going to be in 2 years or 20 years, you know, and I want to still be making music in 20 years.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to make music, but yeah,
Well, I think that you probably should. Well, you should try and see how it goes. Hey,
Donnie.
man, there's auto-tune.
I was on Kojo's Cowboy Scale of 1
Oh,
to 10.
yeah. Oh, you were on that song with Ned?
Yeah, so I've
That's right.
I've cut music. But I was like, let me sing the chorus, and just it'll be funny to put on there to send and yeah, I don't know if it was the booth or the headphones or I just suck that bad, but I know it sounded like
Man, the
it
booth and the
sounded like
headphones
a
can-
practical joke, like somebody like somebody was. It was bad. Serato is who cut it for me.
Serato. Okay.
And,
okay. I was going to
yeah,
ask
it was-
where.
We all just looked at each other and died laughing. I mean, it was bad. I got no desire to. I mean, I didn't have any desire to sing before that.
In the first place, yeah.
but yeah.
But when
after
Cody
that,
Johnson calls you, you got to say yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's more of a talking part.
Yeah, I know.
The actual part
Yes.
was Cowboy Scale 1 to 10 was. But yeah, whatever. I'll leave that to you guys. I'll
Yeah.
put you
Hey.
guys on my podcast and hang out. I get to go to introduce Shane tomorrow night in Waco.
Smith?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Cool. Where's
Yeah.
he playing at?
I think that's the Cross Canadian
Oh, that's right.
concert.
That is.
I think
That
he's
is.
opening up for him.
Is that them and Turnpike co-headlining, or is that just Cross Canadian? I think it's Turnpike. Gotcha. Yeah, that's
it?
so epic, man. So epic. True red dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm supposed to maybe go on a hunt with Evan. This
Ooh, nice.
hog hunting from horses. in
Wow.
January or February is what the meat eater guys said. So that might be fun.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
On horses. I mean,
Yeah, Clay Newcomb insists that we won't be roping them, but I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, how can
there's
you not?
no way I'm
How
not
can
getting
you
my
not?
rope down. There's no way. Like, if y'all's chambers are cleared, like we're all good, there's still pigs to be had, like, bro, get out of my way. Me and Buckethead are tearing to some pigs. But forgot what we were talking about. But anyways,
longevity.
Yeah,
Longevity.
the longevity of a career.
Hogs
Yeah.
have longevity here in Texas.
Yep.
They've been around for a long time. They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Unless daddy's in a wheat field with a rope. And then they don't have quite the longevity. But no, are you going back to Vegas this year?
I think we're going to take the year off.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah. Man, probably like you guys. Well, you probably been going a lot longer, but we started going there 2017. I played the original Huey party back when it was at what was the hotel that's right across from the MGM Grand that's no longer there? Tropicana?
Yeah.
Is that right?
There was a Dre's. No, that's later on.
I think it was the
Party at Dre's.
Tropicana.
Oh, that was when they first had the BFO there?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. We played that. And dude, it was just, as you guys know, it was like the only people that came were rodeo cowboys and rodeo fans.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it is everybody and their mother, which is great for people like us that want a bigger audience there.
Yeah.
But after playing there for year after year after year, especially in the country music world, there is a lot of country music going on there.
Yeah.
You know, probably a little bit too much. Like you really have to choose which night you're playing. And man, we've always done really well there, but having a new baby and playing there for the last 8 years feels like we can take a year off. So I think we're going to. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that
It's blown up, dude. It has blown up the last couple of years.
what's that?
NFR.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's like 400,000 people go there for the NFR.
Which is not what it used to be.
Well, it's
Right?
not. It's not even. They can't put that many in the Thompson Mac.
What?
So the Thomas
Where are
and
they gonna
Mack
go?
is like the Thomas and Mack will hold, I want to say like 18.5 maybe.
Yeah.
So if you round it up to 20 for 10 nights, if they're all different people, that's 200,000.
Still can't get them all in.
And the 400,000, that was a stat from like a few years ago when I was
dude, I
making
bet it's-
content for LVE. So now it's
I bet it's twice that now.
yeah, it's got to be at least 500. But they all go there and then they'll go to watch parties. A lot of people go to watch parties.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, I don't have to go to a perf. I don't feel like whenever I go out there, we're there for the full time.
I know.
I mean, unless one of my good friends needs somebody, like, hey, I'm going, I ain't got nobody to go. Then,
Yeah.
I mean, like a list of like 8 people, maybe I'll go to a perf.
Yeah.
But usually we like to watch we'll watch the perf from the Airbnb.
Nice.
But
Yep.
we do a lot of podcasts out there.
Yeah, man. Because you have everybody there, you
So-
might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, we'll do podcasts in the morning. I go to the booth for a few hours. We go eat sushi and go back to the Airbnb, watch the perf. I'm in bed. Like last Bull Bucks, I'm in bed.
Yeah. Ooh, that's heavenly.
That's the way to do
Heavenly.
Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That would be, aside from the fact that I can't sing, the other reason I wouldn't be able to be a musician is like I like to be in bed by 9.
Buddy, same. It's tough going from home where I have a 5-year-old and a pregnant wife and we're asleep by 8 o'clock to I don't go on stage until 10 o'clock. So like I get off stage midnight, can't go to sleep because I'm
'cause you're
still
just
jacked up
Jazz.
until 2 a.m. internal clock. I get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep,
Yeah.
so that's
45 hours of sleep is a lot of
45 hours. Yeah. Still isn't enough. But
It's never enough. It's just never enough.
we stayed at the Aria
Golly.
last time we were
Super fancy.
in NFR. In the past, we've stayed at the MGM. We've stayed kind of everywhere. But I love the Aria because there's no gambling there. No casino, which is good for me because I'll just stroll down there and be like, oh gosh.
What'd they do with the gambling? There used to be.
Maybe I'm talking about the other one that's right by the Aria, the Wynn.
Maybe.
Wynn doesn't have a casino in it.
I don't know. I know the Aria does.
They're like twins. They're like right next to each other.
Gotcha.
They're kind of the same thing.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't have that. And there's no smoking in it too. So that's really what kills me is the smoke being in it. And I know that's a bougie thing to say, but
No, I mean,
for a singer, man, it's like, man,
for
it
a
just
singer
kills me.
and a non-smoker, yeah, like that would be,
Not ideal.
yeah.
But that really made a huge difference for me last year. Was like, all right, this is how we should do Vegas. Quiet in the hotel.
Bro, try you an Airbnb.
That's probably
If you got to be there for a
the
long
ultimate
time.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, if you got to be there for like several days,
Yeah.
man, I got to book mine today. I'm trying to decide between these two, and location is pretty important. Just 'cause
absolutely.
obviously, if you get a lot of foot traffic at an Airbnb, it can be more dangerous than
Yeah, for
than
sure.
being on the strip.
For sure.
But
Do you just get like a taxi or a Uber from
Well,
your
we got-
Airbnb to the
we got a booth out there,
Yeah.
and so
Oh,
I'm
so you
not-
probably have your truck and trailer and
yeah,
stuff.
so we typically will have 2 vehicles, but yeah, so we'll usually have a vehicle.
Nice, cool,
But
cool.
yeah, you can just Uber, obviously, but we're not going to the strip, and if we're not going to the perf,
Yeah.
parking at the convention center is pretty easy.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
then
for sure.
parking at the Airbnb is obviously free. So
Yeah.
yeah, the driving part is once you're off the strip, life is pretty easy
Yes.
in Vegas.
Yes. Yes.
But
Man, I remember every time we go to Cowboy Christmas, and that's at the convention, man. Well, there's a few of them, obviously, but the one that you're at is at the convention.
convention center, yes.
Yeah, man, we walk through there, and every time I know that we're getting close to your booth because there's just a swarm of people
Yeah.
there. But man, I really noticed it like maybe 2022, you really started to blow up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've had kind of a similar path that you've been talking about. Like, I like to use like my YouTube as like my barometer, just because of, and like it's been a very steady growth for 10 years.
Yep.
The first couple of years, from 13 and 14, I wasn't making a ton of content, not by my standards. I was definitely making more compared to everybody else in our industry. Because nobody was consistently making content.
For sure.
There's not a lot of people. I take that back. There's a lot of people now consistently making content, but in 2013 and 14, like nobody was.
Yeah,
people knew that it was a thing, so they'd have a one-off, like brands or creators. They would do a video occasionally. So at the time, I was doing a lot, but yeah, I mean, getting into like 2015, I went full time. What was that? Would that have been 2015? No, that's when I moved here. And then spring of 16, I went full time, like rodeo time. Like I'd in 2015, like I was working for my brother-in-law, Doctor in Yearlands.
Oh, gotcha.
Day working. 2016 was like just rodeo time and content. So that was kind of the beginning of like really growing. And I had to pay my own bills with videos and the apparel. And so, yeah, it took a few years. Netflix helped in 2021. But it's really just been the daily grind of making long-form videos are the foundation. And then we'll make, when you make a vlog or we make a podcast, obviously you can get some short form out of that. And then also you shoot some short form that is designed to be short form from the get-go. It's not just a part of a vlog or a part of a podcast. There's the skits type stuff that we shoot. And so, yeah, a week for me, a good day for me is if I get to record a podcast, record a vlog, and shoot a skit. Like that to me is just the ideal. That's the most productive for me. And I'm to the point where I can have about 3 of those a week now.
Man, that's amazing.
Before we kind of get backed up with the editing. But yeah, I don't know a specific time. I know that Netflix really helped with the apparel line.
Yep.
I got a few more Instagram, but it's really just been a steady growth, like you mentioned. So like I'm only at 725,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so,
well, that's still a lot, dude.
It feels like a lot now, but it's all, that's 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it makes me irritated at people that get disgruntled, they give up after 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Because they didn't blow up on the internet, talking to other creators. And it's just like, dang, I've been doing this a long time. Yeah. But I still have to earn it every day. Like I can't ride my own coattails.
Yeah, totally.
Because like what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I get envious of, like rodeo clowns, for instance, because they can tell the same joke every weekend.
Yeah, totally.
All year long.
To a new crowd every single time. Yeah.
Some of them tell it for decades, Yeah. And in their defense, when Rudy Burns would tell those same jokes, I would laugh every time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't do that on the internet.
Yeah. You gotta be new.
When a video drops, like we can be in the same arena, but it's got to be something new.
Yeah.
And we can repurpose things. Maybe a year and a half later, somebody hasn't seen a video, we might repost.
For sure.
But you can only do that so many times.
Yep.
And so...
but that's what keeps you sharp too, man, is new.
Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. Like, that's the game.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy the game. But at the core of it, for me, and I think musicians too, like, we have to bring value. Like, I have to bring the audience value. And the moment I stop doing that and I make it all about me, it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
That's kind of our mindset when we go into a video, whether it's a podcast or a vlog. It's just like, how can we entertain? And for me, it's always comedy. With the podcast, we get serious, and it's an interesting story about a guest. But for my vlogs, it's like it's an exciting moment of like rodeo or ranching, and then a comedy spin on it.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah, I don't know. To answer your question, I feel like, 22, the recent years have been, I do know when I started, there was a guy kind of, we're not that close, but we got each other's phone numbers, and he told a buddy of mine I was going to be a flash in the pan. And
boom, roasted.
I think, he got me. I think I look back on that all the time, like what made, because I get nervous that I am as well, but I think the thing is that I've maintained that I got to bring value, and then there's no middleman. So like, I go straight to the audience. Like there's no like network saying I can or can't be in front of this audience. Like the internet has now cut out, like it's my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so I get to put it out, and then the audience decides like, yeah, we like it. We want to see more of that. And so I guess there's the same aspect. I mean, like people love Ian Munsick. So like it's pretty good job security.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
So,
and the best part about it is that, if you don't try and please other people, and you're able to reach that point, then it's like, well, people like me for who I am and for what I do. Then it kind of makes it easier because you're like, I don't have to think about if people are going to like this or not. I like it, which means that my audience is going to like it.
yeah.
Which makes making music a whole lot easier. And it's just, if you blow up off of a tune that's not actually you, and you were just trying to please a label or follow a trend, it's going to be really hard for you to have another one of those, and you're probably not going to be happy, because you're having to act.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see. I agree with you. I think, especially if that is their only gig.
Yeah.
Like if I could probably get on board with a percentage of an album.
Yeah.
Someone wasn't involved with, you know, like they get presented with a song from a songwriter that, that songwriter's just not a performer. And then, it just fits their style.
Yes.
Yeah. But I do agree with you. I feel like it's got to be authentic.
Yes, 100%. And people in our world, they can sniff that out, dude. They can sniff it out from a mile away.
I feel like this industry has got to be the easiest for the OGs to sniff out someone who's not authentic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I feel like that's one thing that's really helped you, is that we all feel like, and we all be in the industry, that you are authentic. I mean, this is who you are. And so when you march forward with that unapologetically, even people that don't like the music, well, there's a layer of it that you can't knock. Like
for sure. 100%.
I may not listen. I may not like his style, but that's him.
But that's the foundation.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, and I just owe that to Wyoming and my parents raising me on a ranch, and my two older brothers who are still out there working cowboys. Like, I really feel like I didn't really even have a choice. It was just boom, you are on earth on a ranch in Wyoming.
Now go represent this lifestyle.
Yes. And that's always what I've tried to do from day one, bring the West to the rest, just like you're doing, man. I mean, you bring the West to the rest in another media,
Well, there's certainly, the West is popular right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I can see it with some musicians that are just dying to get street cred.
Yeah, I know, dude.
In this industry, and maybe they're a good singer. Maybe they've got good. They're really good with the guitar. They're a good performer.
Yep.
But they're just not an actual cowboy.
Doesn't have the foundation. Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah, totally.
Like I think that it's okay for that artist to exist. Like somebody who sings bad to the bone country music, but they just they don't sit on a horse
Yeah.
and they don't know how to throw a rope. Like
Yep.
that's fine with me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, if I go to the doctor, you know, like I want him to be a doctor. Like I don't really care how good of a lawyer he might
Yeah.
be. You know, when I go to a lawyer, I want him to be my lawyer.
Yeah.
And so I guess there's an aspect of that. Like when I go listen to country music, he doesn't have, if he's like, if that music moves me,
Yeah, that's all that matters.
he doesn't have to be able to, you know, get the cows in the pen.
Yeah, for sure.
But there are some people out there that it does matter, and they will throw rocks. And I think, you know, the Karens in the comments are maybe, I feel like the internet has been a reason that some of these artists and creators. So where I was going with that is like not only artists seeking authenticity in the industry, but like creators on my side, where like there's people that they think the industry is super cool. They want to be in it. They're a fan of it. And they really want to appear as if they're an expert in that thing. And so they're just doing as much as they can to immerse themselves in this culture. Well, as you well know, like you can't just jump into ranching and just know, you know, like you can't just know how to ride a horse
Yeah.
and get the cows in the pen.
Yeah.
Like it just, it's not a video game where you give it 6 months
Yeah.
and now you can check that box.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
like now I'm good at Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
You know, like no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of miles to be able to sit a trot. You know, and there's just, and so anyhow, I feel bad for those people that, but on the other hand, I don't, because if they would just be honest,
100%, then they
You know,
wouldn't get the backlash.
there will still be some critics.
Yeah.
That just,
Of
you know,
course, they're always out there.
there will still,
Yeah.
you know, but people would just appreciate it. And that's where the two different types of content that we you know, can do is document or create. And so this is documenting. A vlog is usually you're documenting something. The skits would be we're creating it, you know. And so when we go to document something, the most important thing is you know, just kind of is being honest.
Yeah.
And that's how you can be authentic. So like on the creator side of things, I think when you do have somebody that's new to the industry, like, I don't know. I think that's what my advice to someone. I don't know what my advice would be to someone who's a musician and they're seeking that street cred, you know. I think number one, you can't worry too much about what people think, but number two, just you got to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's okay for somebody to sing about something they haven't done.
Oh, 100%, man, because it's imagination. That's what music is. You're creating it out of thin air like we talked about. So, you know, why wouldn't you imagine it? Because that's what it is in the first place. Mm-hmm. It's imagination,
Yeah.
you know? But I don't think that you can, I don't think that it's wise in country music especially to create your brand around something that you're not,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
And that's just my opinion. There's tons of it, you know, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they create their own world, like the Beatles. Like I imagine them. They went from just a rock band to then they made this whole other imaginary world around them, which was, you know, like, but at the end of the day, they were still just a rock band from England, you know, so.
Yeah, I've helped a guy get on a bull that was a musician, and I don't think we even filmed it. No, it was a bronc. Anyway, but essentially, like, there came a time where I realized, like, man, I don't know if he really wants to do this. Like, I think he wants to have said, he wants to be able to say that he had done that.
Yeah.
And I think that person was seeking just like street cred.
Yeah.
So that he could sing about this thing. And I was like, bro, you need to switch to team roping.
Yeah.
Like if you like, I disagree with you doing this for that, but you need to do something else for that. Like
Yeah, totally.
your ass is going to get hurt.
Just going
bad.
all the way to the extreme.
Yeah.
There's probably some.
Some middle ground in
Yeah.
there where it's just like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I put guys on beginner type stock.
Yeah, but still.
Bro,
You could
if
still
your-
die.
If your heart's not, especially if your heart's not in it, because it's more dangerous to get on the back of an animal and play defense. Like if you're trying,
Yeah, totally.
and my dad said that like kids, they'll tend to like just fall off. They don't even know what's going on. They'll
Yeah.
just fall next to the animal, which can be dangerous. If you're trying your ass off, like sometimes that means you're bucked off.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
so there's a level of like offense is the best defense. And if you're just there for the street cred and that gate opens, you're not gonna be playing offense. And but anyhow, it was like an inside look for me at like a musician who's just like really wants the world to think that he's a cowboy so that they will respect his music. I'm like, man, just go make good music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then be honest. Like,
yeah. 100%, dude.
yeah. But I don't know. And then on my side, like with the creators, like when you're documenting something, like just let the people know where you're at. I'm learning this thing. I'm gonna document it as I learn it.
Yeah.
You know.
And they will probably get more out of that because they probably want to learn that too, you know?
Yeah.
So
And then you can drop the facade.
win-win. Yeah.
It's so much more tiring to like try to convince
gosh.
somebody that you're this thing you're not.
Yes.
Rather than just, hey, admit you are what you are.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like that's everybody, not just creators and musicians.
Yeah.
Had you always, speaking of authenticity, rocked the bolo?
Yeah. Yep. So I grew up playing with my two older brothers and my dad. We had a family band. And my dad inherited his dad's bolo ties, and he gave
Dang, that's special.
2 or 3 to my brothers and I. So man, from the very beginning, we would rock the bolo ties on stage and the black hats and the white pearl snaps and the jeans and the boots. So that was just kind of always a thing.
Yeah.
And then when I met my wife, she's like, "Hey, you need to go back and do that. If you're going to be your own artist, that's you. Don't worry about what these Nashville guys are doing. They're wearing the wallet chains and
Yeah.
you know, they're trying to be all hard and stuff."
Tight
Which
t-shirt with a
yeah,
Sefco gas
Yeah.
station
which no offense,
cowboy hat on.
no offense, to each their own. But that
Well-
was just not me.
I will say that you definitely did a good job like delineating yourself from Nashville.
And
like,
that's
I've
what
never
Caroline.
thought.
Yeah,
It's never crossed my mind that you
I'm a
looked
Nashville
or
artist.
sounded.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was surprised. I didn't realize you lived there for so long.
yeah.
So like that.
Well, that's good. That's good.
That's good that you were able to distinguish yourself from them
Yeah.
because, yeah, I don't know. That would be a slippery slope. I would hate to fall in that rut.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And just, then you're just stuck in that same. To me, that would be the rut being like, now I'm just, another fish in the sea. Like just get in
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
know, and your music sounds the same.
yep. That's
You dress the same, perform the same.
and that was always the number one, was that my music was not a part of this music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it was here.
Right.
So my wife was like, "Well, your music should be, or the way that you look should be a direct
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
reflection of your music." You know?
And I'm sure there's plenty of like authentic people in Nashville.
Oh yeah, man. There's some really, really good people
there's
that.
there's plenty of authenticity.
Yes.
Like, I mean, Morgan Wallen's out of Nashville.
Yeah.
And like, I've got plenty of his songs on my playlist.
Yeah, he has bangers.
But I feel like the temptation for a young musician
Would
might
be then to go
like,
sound like Morgan
there,
Wallen.
try to sound like Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you lose the authenticity.
Yes, which there's a lot of that now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's how the country music has always been. When there's the star, there's going to be 3 other artists that want to be like that, and they're going to have some type of success, but they're not going to have the longevity, in my opinion.
Well,
you know,
it's hard to replicate, you know, something if all you're doing is copying that person.
for sure.
You're always going to be one step behind them.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are starting to get a little bit tempted to do that same thing with Texas country.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%, 100%.
There's a lot of people out there that like Texas country kind of used to hang their hat on, and even Red Dirt, hang their hat on just being different. And now there's a lot of people like replicating that sound, and I'm sure, you know, people are tempted to do the same thing, just fall in line with sounding like, you know, Randy Rogers and
What's working?
and some of those, you know, Shane Smith and some of those OG type guys that started over here.
Yeah. But that's just the nature of the game, man. But just being unique has really helped me stand out, man. And being from Wyoming,
yeah, you kind of got you're
like I
off
said,
on an
I didn't
island.
have man. There's some other really great country artists from Wyoming: Chancey Williams, Ned Ledoux, Kellen Smith, Ryan Charles, my brothers, my dad. But they're in Wyoming because they love Wyoming. They don't want to deal with the BS of the outside world. Like, that is its own little oasis, like you said, for ranching and cowboying. I mean, it is, you go to Wyoming, you're going 20 years back in time, 100 years back in time if you're really going out there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really like, I think that is going to be where the cowboys will die, is Wyoming, in America.
Right.
But I just, being able to claim that Wyoming flag was just like, all right, I've never met anybody from Wyoming, so boom, I'm unique. I stand out.
Yeah.
You know, and we went on tour with Cody back in 2021, and he pulled me aside after we were playing somewhere like in Utah. And he's like, man, 5 years ago, someone pulled me aside, and they told me that in 5 years, there's going to be a lot more cowboy hats in country music. And now that's true. And then he said, in 3 years, there's going to be a lot more bolo ties in country music.
He said that.
He did. He did. And now, 3 or 4 years later, there's a lot of bolo ties
That's
in country
hilarious.
music. Yeah, man. But he called it. He is wise past his years.
Yeah. In 2014, I went, it might have been 13. No. Yeah, it might have been 13. 13 or 14. I need to go back and look at the pictures, but I went to the NFR, and Kojo was playing at South Point.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
you know, we, I want to say Cody Webster got us connected, and Kojo was on Twitter and had, you know, I was posting then and on Twitter and trying to get back to it now. But anyways, we got to meet out there, and we had been staying at, what's that? The Excalibur. We stayed at the Excalibur for like 6 days, and then I was going to go home, but I had a few more shows, didn't have a lot of money, and so I went to the South Point and stayed with Chuck Swisher. And so anyways, I got to meet Cody Johnson and went on his bus one night, and we stayed out in his bus till like 5 a.m, and him just like giving advice, and just, we made a few videos, and we prank called his wife, and it was the best time. It was so fun. And he gave me a lot of advice that I still, you know, heed today. But the one funny moment, we get off the bus and we go inside, and he's going up to his room, and his room is on a no. My room was on a higher floor, and so he gets off the elevator, and as he gets off the elevator, it's like 5 a.m. He looks back and he's like, "And never forget, as long as you live." And then the doors close. And
Wait.
yeah, exactly. And so I missed this last piece of advice. And so, anyways, that was just a funny moment. But when you talk about him pulling you to the side, like I got that same relationship with him, and we're actually. You mentioned that I probably grew up listening to his music, and he and I are the exact same age down to the day. Yeah, we celebrate. We've a few times we've had our birthday parties together, and
May what? May
21st. Yeah,
21.
And so I didn't necessarily grow up listening to his music because we're the exact same age.
I got you.
But once he started, I did.
Yeah,
I did follow suit there pretty quick thereafter, and then. Years later, got to be on one of his tracks. No, Kojo's the man.
He is, dude. He is.
It's crazy, like how he just continues to. Just when you think that his brand can't get any bigger, it just continues to grow.
I know. He's a beast, man. I mean, we've gotten to be obviously real good friends, and his crew guys, they were really the ones that taught me and my crew how to tour and how to treat people out on the road.
Like Noe's the
Jackson,
best. Jackson. Manager Howie.
Yep.
Yeah.
But man, I remember the first time that we ever opened, and this was Panther Island in Fort Worth, I want to say. Do you guys know where? Right?
Yeah. Panther City is what they refer to Fort Worth as sometimes, which I don't get. But yeah, there's a lot of Panther themed stuff in Fort Worth.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of the more like the mainstream side of like.
Gotcha.
I don't know if there's like a creek, maybe like Panther Creek that runs through there, but like I've seen like stickers that say like Panther City. I don't think it's like the cowboy
obviously
nickname for it. You know, we all call it Funky Town.
Funky Town?
Have you ever heard Funky Town?
No.
Oh, you're from Wyoming.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I've heard Funky Town, DFW, but yeah, there's something with a panther that has to do with Fort Worth. But so yeah, I've not been to Panther Island, but it doesn't surprise me.
That was the first time that we opened there, and you know, for a kid that was like just starting to go on tour, there was probably 20,000 people there, and his production manager pulled me on stage. I was like, "Hey man, I want you to come and hear this." I was like, "Oh sweet!" Like I get to go on stage and like be backstage because it was a closed stage. Like they closed it off, no one could be up there. And I listened to Cody's Wedge. That's like a speaker off stage for his ears, and man, hearing him sing, it's no wonder why he has the longevity, man. He is so good. His range, he can go so freaking high and so low and just smooth, dude. It's like, I don't know how he does the things that he does, and being around for 20 plus years, and like he has some stories, man. He's been around for a long time, and he used to be Wilder, and but just the longevity that he's had really just pisses me off because I've only been around, but have been touring hard for 5 years. Yeah. And man, like I got to make sure I drink my tea before I go on stage. I try and go to sleep right after. Like I don't really do much drinking, don't really do much smoking. And I still have to really warm up and stuff. But I think it's just because that God gave me a high ass voice.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, Ian, you need to not drink. You need to take care of yourself because otherwise you're not going to be able to hit those notes on stage. Yeah. But Cody, man, I mean, there was times where we'd go on his bus afterward and he just got done playing for 2 hours and he's, and like actually performing, not just doing the old
Yeah. Oh man,
for
he
2
puts
hours.
on
I
a
mean, he's
show.
working it.
He is.
He's
I don't
working it.
understand like how some of you guys can like work so hard. You know, Shane Smith, co-Wetzel come
totally.
to mind. Like just like putting on such a show with just a guitar. Like
Yep.
if you go to Kid Rock's shows, like he's all over the stage because he can play so many different instruments.
totally.
And there's there's pyro, and there's
Yeah.
everything. He does the same thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but then a lot of you guys are doing the same thing, but with just a guitar.
Balling on a budget, dude.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyhow, Kojo, yeah. He does have the ability to go and go and go.
Yeah, he has the most energy out of anybody, man. I was talking with his drummer
Miles.
the other week, Miles, and he's just a sweetheart of a guy. But man, I mean, he is so good, dude. I mean, he hits the crap out of those drums, just a beast mode. And he got off stage. I was like, man, like you are a beast. How do you do that for 2 hours? Because he's freaking smacking them, dude. Like he's working back there. And he's like, well, I have to keep up with that redheaded dude on up there. I was like, yeah, now I understand why, dude.
Also, those little bitty sticks and Miles is like a bodybuilder. He's so big. Didn't he play some sort of college sports or something?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I think Jackson did too.
Jackson, I think, did too, yeah. Jackson likes to claim that Oklahoma State are the real Pokes, but we all know that Wyoming is the real Pokes.
And Noe is an official
Luchador.
sponsor. He's an endorsee of Rodeo Time. So
Is he?
yeah, I mean, he will wear out a Rodeo Time hoodie. He will wear it out. Like you see,
He's pretty loyal, man.
yeah. I mean, if Kojo's at the White House, no, he's going to be in a Rodeo Time hoodie on the sidelines. Yeah, Joey,
Yep.
Jody, they would
Jake.
all Jake, especially for a long time would. I mean, they'd all have Rodeo Time caps.
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. It was
Man, Jake's the real deal too, dude. I mean, I have not. He ropes like a pro. I mean, he doesn't miss.
yeah.
You know, they're just real deal, man. And like I told you, we've been on tour with a lot of people, but his camp really made you feel like you're not on tour with anybody special. Like we're all in this thing together.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was cool, man. Just because this day and age, with all the ego and all the everyone trying to be cooler than everyone and like not make eye contact with you when you're passing in the hall, going to catering and stuff like that. Like they really instilled in me from day one that
We're all a family.
that we're all a family out here and that
Yeah.
you've earned it, but you have to keep earning it every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can see how there may come a mindset of like, especially if you're the opener, like whoever the headliner is, like they technically are doing you a favor.
Yeah, 100%.
And so-
yeah.
But it would probably be pretty refreshing to be around somebody that's headlining, you're opening for them, but then they treat you like a co-star
Yes,
rather than
100%.
like treat you like you owe them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would get old,
Yeah.
especially that many shows,
Yeah.
especially performing that many shows. you
Yeah.
know.
And
But
and we were the opener to the opener on that tour too, and he still was like that.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool, man.
on that tour, who else was playing?
Easton Corbin was in the middle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. But
Cool.
just good people.
So now you're going to where tonight?
We're going to Stephenville tonight. Playing the Twisted J. Haven't played there in like 2 or 3 years. So I'm excited to be back there. Haven't played really in that whole area in a long time. So that'll be good, man. The Texas really has just, they've embraced me with open arms from day one, man. And I'm just very, very grateful. I feel like Texas and Wyoming are kin to each other. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Wyoming's just a little bit more cowboy is all.
Well, the hats are definitely flatter. And Y'all do have that. Y'all do have that cool fringe in the front of your shaft. That is super cool. I mean, it's that's just so cute. So that's yeah. Cole came from he was somewhere in Montana and came down and brought those chaps. He started it. He started it. He was giving us a hard time about leggings or something. And he had those chaps on with the front fringe.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to make fun of.
Well, you just can't wear those and then make fun of someone else's and expect that not to be like on the table. You know, like, listen, Pocahontas, you know.
Dude, I saw out front, there's a truck with Wyoming plates on it. Who's that?
That's our newest intern, Dylan.
Dylan, okay. Where's he from in
Well,
Wyoming?
I don't know. He was from Louisiana, played college football in North Dakota, one of the Dakotas, and then went afterwards and lived with his grandmother in Wyoming.
Okay, cool.
And I guess he lived there long enough. He's got, plates
Yeah.
from there. But yeah, no, he's super cool. It's another redheaded kid in there.
Cool.
But
Every time I see the Wyoming plate, it's like, oh my gosh, like that guy's from Wyoming. Or every time you see like a Wyoming Cowboys thing, dude, like I always lose my just because I think it's the coolest thing ever.
yeah. No, I'll introduce you on the way
cool.
out. But man, I appreciate you coming on. We
Thanks
usually
for having me, brother.
wrap up with life advice.
Yeah.
If you got any.
Life advice, man. Probably the theme of this podcast is, and it's cliche, but it's true. You got to be yourself, man. You got to be yourself if you want longevity in whatever field you're doing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here right now on this podcast. That's why you're here with Rodeo Time, is because you have been yourself. You've found your lane, and you've stayed true to that lane.
Word.
So.
Love that. Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much for stopping in.
Yeah,
I'm
man, of
glad we got that schedule worked out.
Yeah, man.
And then go kill it in Stephenville tonight.
Thank you, brother. We'll do.
On to the next one, everybody. Pow pow.
I hope you're enjoying a ranch fuel as you're listening to this episode of Rodeo Time. Use code DALE on ranchfuel.com for 15% off, old son. Drink up. And use code DALE on ranchfuel.com. Ever since I started riding bulls and punching fools, I've been wearing an American hat because I'm an American. I actually wore a different hat before that for the longest, but then my mom got a job. So wear an American hat, old son. Otherwise, you ain't no cowboy.